Speak of the devil.
Wait, who's speaking about me? What happened?
Me. I have many things to talk to you about, sir.
Oh,
No,
what?
not many, just a couple.
Did
Three, actually.
I do something?
I'm hoping you can.
I'm slightly concerned, but let's hear it.
Not, not here, behind closed doors, darling.
Okay. Fair enough.
She has a broken heart. Hopes you can fix it.
Oh, behave. I do not have a broken heart. It's perfectly intact, thank you. Are you alright to stick around for a bit, Jeffrey? I'm gonna borrow Mr. Dent and Mr. Stefano.
Ooh!
Wow.
Congratulations, Dent.
Don't know what Blythe will have to say about
Well,
that.
it's a law thing.
Sure, a law thing.
Wait, there was three things. What were the three things? One. Oh, I know what the three things are. Never mind.
Alright. Also, Dent, when I get a chance, I need some ammo. I have 15 rounds left.
Pistol? Hold
Yes.
Hello, horse.
So how's it going?
Oh, thank you. Finally, I can
You're
use my ammo and not have to worry about it.
Shiny skull. Ooh. Cut him up.
Admittedly, well,
Gunsmith. Without ammo isn't really a gunsmith.
That is true. Wait, what?
it's unlocked.
Well, this is the torture room.
No, this was where I was sat earlier, so that I wasn't moving around too much.
The fuck is this?
That was a diagram of the housing arrangement down up at what's it Lake where Louis was it Louis? I don't know. Two people were there
I
and we
see.
thought they were
Okay, yeah,
fabulous.
that's the okay. Alright,
The
well,
purity.
yeah, that's the one.
Yes. So, first question is to Mr. Stefano, and that I spoke to Blythe earlier today, and she said that you had expressed interest in becoming a deputy up at Keystone.
I expressed the option if need be. If
I was hoping for more enthusiasm.
if this spot was intended to be filled, I would take it upon myself to take that spot, but not as much as it.
So you don't have a burgeoning desire to be a deputy then?
Not particularly. No, I can't say.
Damn it! Oh well, okay. I was
Sorry.
He is
gonna
a very
ask if
good
you wanted to be a
detective.
deputy of Sundance.
It's well, very kind. I appreciate the offer, but I wouldn't be able to do that. No. But I like that said, I do detective work, and I have been doing detective work for quite a while now.
I wasn't suggesting you move here or anything like that. I'm assuming that you'd work mostly with Dent, Standing Water, and Blythe, but you'd be a good.
Would I be able to
Go
live in
between and
Keystone
connect
and be a
between the two.
deputy of Sundance?
Yeah.
You definitely can do that.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that.
Randy was the deputy of Fox Pass for a good while. He lived up in Keystone.
Well, I mean, in that case, I can take the spot if you're needing somebody to, but if somebody else would like a position in that position, then I would be more than willing to let them take it.
It's more that I'd want somebody who A, felt that they were up to the task, B, felt that we could work together, and C, was willing to, you know, step up if need be, in situations. Because I will be the only law enforcement in Sundance for a little while, and I'd like to know that I A, have help, and B, a lot of letters today. You know, it's somebody that I can work with. So
Well, yeah, in that case, I can take it upon me. Yeah, if I don't have to leave Keystone, then yeah, I don't see why not.
no, not at all. Might mean you might make a couple more trips here than you usually would, but
He has a good horse.
if it is the worst color, but
Excuse me, that horse is fucking beautiful. How dare you?
all right then. Well, I'll speak to Maggie later on.
Well, shit. I
Um,
guess we're a deputy
my
Sundance
sheriff,
now.
The sea
What
is
the
not
fuck?
completely confirmed yet. She's not gone to the back and such, but
All right.
Are you officially the sheriff then, I take it?
not officially with the bank yet, but pretty much.
I guess that's a thing. All right. Okay. Well. I suppose what's next on the agenda?
Silence is encouraging.
Neither did I.
Is he
What's
okay?
next on the list?
Yeah, what's
Oh, I was going to talk to you about just touch base on all the things that happened, and somebody said that Keystone was pretty much the lead on it, and see what's going on if you had any information. If
Keystone's
not,
the lead on
then
fucking everything.
I won't
Well, to be
detain
fair,
you any longer.
I just sort of woke up into all this today.
Ah, sorry, I was under the impression that you were more aware and woke, and I didn't realize you'd just woken up. Sorry.
Yeah, you'll find
No,
a lot of
no
what
worries.
happens. in
What
town,
is happening?
Whenever something happens, it sort of gets dumped on Keystone.
That wasn't my intention to dump it on you. I was
Well,
just told that.
no, I'm not saying. Just saying. Well, a lot of the other towns, their sheriffs don't like to step up. Sundance and Keystone always work together.
Good words. Good words. I like it, Dent. I like
I
it.
think in this case, it's seeing as I was one of the injured parties, and most of the dreadful things that happened were directed towards and at the wedding of crows, that Sundance isn't the best for the lead on this one, but you have myself at your disposal should you need anything, or whichever town decides to take a lead on it, or if we're indeed going to do anything. I know Blythe has her take on the situation, but I'll let you, get woken up and
Yeah, I need
do
to
your stuff.
get a
And
good read on it all.
if you need to know anything, and I can fill in gaps, then let me know. If not, then obviously
Well,
that's
There are
fine.
the events as you saw them happen.
Always been that way since season 1. Sunstone
Are you
forever.
asking me?
Well, yes.
I'm just kind
Oh,
of here
sorry,
now.
okay,
I
so
like
we were at
stuff
the
and it's
wedding,
like, okay.
That's why Matthew calls me a walking library, so good lines. We were at the wedding, we were getting ready to start, and then Sadie started screaming, "Everybody get here now!" And then she wasn't heard from anymore. I'm assuming she ran away. We went down to the seating area of the wedding, and there were, I believe, at least 6, if not 7 people, 2 women, one with dark hair, one with blonde hair, all wearing navy blue shirts with black waistcoats, black trousers, black boots. The women weren't wearing hats, the rest of them were. There was TJ was standing there. His deputy Louis was there as well as Vancha. There was a man called Leon. He called himself Leon. He was wearing one of those very fancy, very wide-brimmed hats from the wardrobe with a feather in it, and a black bandana over his face. And he demanded that Sadie Crow be handed over for immediate arrest, as there had been a bounty placed on her head for the unlawful bounty placement on the head of Louis or someone. Obviously Matthew did his usual "not on my fucking life" blah 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 blah. Emily stepped in and tried to calm the situation down. There was a lot of back and forth. It was determined that TJ was the issuer of the bounty, or at least that's what was said at the wedding. Everybody turned to TJ and asked him what was going on, and he said, "Well, I'm just here to make sure that this situation doesn't escalate." He then went on to state that he had absolutely no authority over the people that were there. Leon was speaking about his family, which I am assuming are the people around him. Vancha was being very vocal and very crass, as was Louis. There was a lot of expletives exchanged. And it all reached melting point and boiling point. Emily kept asking for them to leave so that, you know, we could continue with the wedding. And then Sadie would be brought to them in Bellamy after the wedding so that the arrest could take place and, you know, this could all be resolved amicably. They refused. Louis drew his gun. Matthew drew his gun. And then Louis shot Matthew. Matthew returned fire, and then all hell broke loose. I could not tell you after
Hey,
that who
do you
shot
make
whom.
shadows?
I
do.
Can I
was
buy
shot
one,
by
please?
the dark-haired woman.
$10?
The cry, shoot everybody
Yep, that's
who
fine by me.
is resisting and has their guns out, then arrest them, was made. I then looked at her. I was not further away from her than I am now. To you, I put my gun away. She stared at me for about a second or two and then shot me. I then tried to, because I was trying to block Cheyenne at the time, I saw Cheyenne go down and then immediately went down myself. I woke up in a pile of people that were unconscious and bleeding out. I was quite wounded in my stomach. I had handcuffs on. They were all talking about the fact that we'd all been resisting arrest, perverting the course of justice, that we were all going to be arrested for felony and danger of life, that we were all going to be taken back to Ravensreach and processed. Emily was also shot and handcuffed, as was Elliot. I saw Matthew lying there, but Sam was also there. Sam woke back up. He was told to put his hands up and couldn't do it quick enough, so they hit him over the head with a gun once. He then came to, they hit him twice, he came to, and then they hit him again, which I'm sure is why you now see the result of that. Karis turned up and was, you know, the usual Karis of, where's my baby? I want to see my child. All I'm here for is to see Cheyenne. I'm not leaving until I know Cheyenne's okay. They kept telling her to leave. She said, no, I am not going to be leaving my child. They said, if you don't leave, we'll shoot you. And she said, I don't care. I'm not leaving my kid. I don't have my gun out. I'm not going to shoot you. I just want to make sure Cheyenne's okay. They then shot her, put her in handcuffs. She came to, and we were all, my handcuffs were taken off. I was told that I was not going to be arrested for some reason. Then I was made to put my hands up with a gun to my face, and they stole my, well, they took my pistol. That was the woman with the blonde hair that time. I then said, well, if I'm not being arrested, when do I get my gun back? And TJ said, you will get your gun back. And I said, well, it's just been taken from me by that woman there with the blonde hair, and she threw it back to me. So I was, somebody then asked TJ, what is all this about? Why is this happening? And he said, and I quote, they're here to change things in county. We were then taken on a boat back to Bellamy. I exchanged paperwork with Emily so that I could access the doctor's shop. I patched myself up poorly, then I patched Emily up, then I patched Hunter up. And that time that I was patching them up, I'm assuming that they all left. Sam came in, told us that they'd all left and no arrests had actually been made. And then just recovery happened.
Well, the one thing I know about that the blonde one you said, I'm assuming she had a wig kind of like that one that Sadie wears, like with the headband.
No. She had one that was very. I could make a replica for you. It was very. It had a ponytail, and it was a very messy ponytail, very bushy, high on the back of her head with two very thick bangs coming down the front of her face. It was kind of a dirty blonde color, almost orange, quite.
Because I heard about the blonde one. Is actually the sheriff of Freedom. but I'm not sure if that's the same one.
They were all, I'm assuming, wearing disguises.
Yeah, well, there's the
This
thing.
the woman
The
that-
blonde one is actually not blonde. Like her name is Anna Marie Avery. But if it's a different style,
I know her
can't
personally.
can't pinpoint if you know she changed her style, because apparently
No.
she usually is the one that looks like Sadie. So
Alright, Jeffrey, I'll be back.
Of course.
I'm gonna head
Sorry,
down.
Dan, was that a bit much?
No, the details good. I just want to hear as many angles of the whole thing as I can.
That's as much as I remember. There's a lot more that went on, a lot more that was said.
I didn't touch her.
Of course, when chaos like that, there's all sorts of things said.
I didn't actually shoot my gun at all because everybody that was running around were all wearing the same types of clothing. All of the wedding party were in navy blue and black as well, including myself. But the person who shot me was definitely part of the group that had come to arrest Sadie. They also, at one point they also said they were going to arrest Matthew, and that's why they tried to. That's why Louis pulled his gun. He said, Matthew Crowe, you are under arrest for obstructing the course of justice and endangerment of life. And pulled his gun out, and Matthew pulled his gun out, and then the shots.
Just sort of waiting around.
Oh.
Do you know who might be around town at the minute?
Alright.
I know Stefano.
Thank you for the
Dent
information.
And Miss Pearl.
The next place I'm headed
was a bunch of
to
other people
Raven's
that we
Reach
went.
to see if I can find TJ.
Of course. I'm going to keep Stefano if that's alright. I have something to
Definitely.
ask him, and I want to
You might
get
have to
chat
let me
over
out.
him, hopefully.
They let
Cleared
me go
for
out.
riding.
Oh, okay. Suppose we can have a little bit of a look around. Oh,
Speak
And
of the
how are
devil,
you?
Mr. Dan.
shall appear.
Dan good.
2 for 2.
The exact
First me, not
person
TJ.
that I was looking for.
Oh,
Well, the next one at least. Yeah, I got your letter.
okay. I had a long conversation with your wife, actually.
I know. She left me a letter as well.
We're actually here on business, to be honest with you.
Which is?
What's that?
Well, I got a number of arrests to make based on the events of the past at the wedding.
Oh no.
There's a couple of
Who is
people
it
that
that
need
you're
to be
here to
charged with a
arrest?
few felonies. Yourself, one count of charge of felony. Master Elliot for another count. We're still looking for Sadie Crowe, and we also have a arrest warrant out for Matthew.
Matthew has not yet been found. I honestly do not know where Sadie is. Did you say Elliot?
Elliot, yes. He was one of the
I'm
people
not aware
that
of him
drew
being
their
awake.
guns and fired.
I was told at the time on the wedding that you would not be arresting me. Is that
I
now
was told.
rescinded?
I told you at the time that we would not be arresting you at that point, because at that point people were injured. You were one of the only doctors around, and yourself included was injured. And I'm not a fancy of a person that dragging an injured person into a jail cell. But there is a charge of a felony against you because of your actions on that
On
day.
what grounds, may I ask?
On the grounds of obstructing justice and interfering with an arrest in progress.
Sure. How did I do that?
You drew your gun and started firing into the
She didn't
crowd
shoot.
of people there.
Pearl didn't shoot.
I did not fire one shot.
And I mean, this isn't a court trial here. We're here to arrest you for the charge of felony endangerment of life.
So you're going to arrest me and then schedule a court date, yes?
Correct. That's all it is for.
May we schedule the court date now and save the handcuffing and dragging to a cell? I'm not quite fit for a massive amount
I
of
understand.
travel.
Do we have a judge present that can schedule a date?
I'm sure.
Or do
Am
I
I
need to
allowed
go
to
on that
schedule
one?
my own trial?
Technically, well, you don't need a judge. You just, you know.
Well, in that case,
Pick a date and a time, and I'm free. Tomorrow is sticky. I've got something to do during the day within my mind, but the evening should be
Right.
fine for me. So that's late afternoon for you. But after that,
well, I mean, this time's normally quite iffy for me. Earlier is perfectly fine, but it depends on what judge we've got setting it. So, I mean, that's why we need the judge, because we need a judge that can actually set the trial, because they're the ones that are going to need to be scheduling it.
can that be Hauser? Is that conflict of interest?
Well, I mean, we've got 2 judges waiting that can schedule a trial.
Who are they?
Would you mind? Well, I'm not going to be leaving town. You're more than welcome to bring one back if you'd like, and we can schedule a trial. I
No,
would like
I can do
Mr.
that.
Stefano to look me over and clear me for riding, hopefully today. If not, then tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm happy to consider
God,
that.
that's a beautiful horse.
Thank you. I assume you mean mine.
Yes.
Okay, I thought that.
Ow.
Very well. I'll fetch our justice and we'll come down here and schedule that trial then.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Bye.
Right,
See you
see?
later.
In all fairness, if you didn't do anything, it's no problem.
I'm a criminal.
Wait,
I
wait,
mean-
wait, wait,
No,
wait.
you're
What
an
did I just
alleged
fucking
criminal.
run into?
Yeah, they want to come and arrest you, but I said that I didn't
Well,
know
tell
if you
them
were
to
awake or not.
Fuck up.
Again, not the best way to de-escalate a situation. I mean, they have 2 justices. I'd quite like some other justices to put their names in for the trials, because I don't want someone corrupt sitting it. I don't particularly want a felony against my name.
They want to arrest me for...
Felony
Obstructing
of,
justice or something like that.
obstruction of justice, which isn't actually a felony, is it not?
It's not, no.
Oh, felony of endangerment of life. Well, I didn't shoot a single shot.
What are they gonna do?
so-
Fine you for obstruction? It happened in their town.
Oh, I need fucking witnesses, Jeffrey. Oh, I know. Oh, fuck me. Right. Okay. I'm gonna sit down for a minute if that's.
Fortunately,
Okay.
Pearl, my view was limited from where I was. I didn't see you.
Oh crap.
I know Tyler was there. But
Tyler might have seen you.
There are a bunch of people
like,
there.
if I know he was
Yeah,
shooting flares
I was
off.
stood right
Shiny
next
was
to
there.
Tyler. I was stood next to Tyler and Matthew.
What the fuck just happened?
Saw the whole thing.
Who do
so-
I want representing me? I'm gonna pick your. Give me a minute. Stefano, might as well do this now.
Not a bad call. Jesus fucking Christ almighty. Well, I was expecting that.
This is why I need help being a sheriff, because I get angry and then I cry and it's annoying.
Well, let's take a sit down and try and avoid the waterworks. This is already better because I'm seeing 100% less blood.
I have been very good today. I have shot at least half less things than I did yesterday.
Half less. Huh. I guess it's a step up.
How's it looking?
doesn't look to be in any bad condition. If you'd like, I can replace the bandages if they're uncomfortable. But it doesn't seem like they're being
They're
soaked
not
through.
uncomfortable. Am I not cleared for duty as normal yet?
It's been what? 3 days? 2 days? 3 days, right?
Yeah, it's been a good nearly 48 hours now.
Well, the real question at this point is if you still want to be cleared for duty after what just happened.
I mean, why wouldn't I?
Keeps you here and not there. So, I think what we'll do... Well, let me ask you, are you in a lot of pain still?
I'm in a lot of discomfort. I'm not in a massive amount of pain. I've been taking those teas, as you said, every
Okay.
4 to 6 hours.
You can put your shirt back on.
Bending
if you'd
over is
like.
still a little tender, but
You could put your shirt back on, but with riding a horse, it could be a lot of jostling, and it could keep those bandages on you for longer.
alright.
Especially being in discomfort and a little bit of pain bending over. I'm going to say I think we give it one more day.
One more day. Okay, so around this time tomorrow.
And I think that
Hokey
will be
pokey.
good. As long as you keep it unstrained and don't get in more trouble.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I really do need to go around and gather people and such and witnesses for this case.
Right, well, and I'll admit it, I don't even know if that's a word, but it is now. Hell, if you did...
Say that one again.
I'll admit it, I don't know what I was trying to say. All honesty, maybe? I don't know.
Oh.
Perhaps, I mean, if you didn't do anything, there's no need to be worried, right? I mean, of course, you still need to fight the trial, but...
I mean, there is a need to be worried, because if they intend to have as many judges that are in their pockets, if possible, then it doesn't matter what evidence is provided.
Well,
My
if-
verdict will
well,
be guilty.
it does matter, because if the evidence provided is effective and they still, say otherwise, it's not like you can't have a mistrial.
Mistrial, but...
I think
Oh, I cannot stop shaking. Give me a second.
I am on the same boat.
I hate that. Why is that such a fucking
It's
visceral
called
response?
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline. I hate it. I hate adrenaline. It makes me itchy.
It's okay. Relax.
Oh god.
I was told I would. I was
refuse to
told
not
to
hug
come
people.
give hugs as well, because they are the best medicine, according to my daughter. Yeah.
They are indeed.
Which, by the way, was
Right.
that whole note was about her.
Oh.
I talked with her yesterday. The note that was like, her father left me a note saying that basically giving blessing for adoption, and that he was happy to see her happy and was going back home. And so now I have a daughter.
Who? Who is your daughter?
Rory.
Of course. So who's her father?
It was signed Cole Shaw. I've never met him, but that's the note that was in my mailbox.
Oh, well, congratulations.
So I haven't been official yet, but I mean, she started it with calling me Papa, and so it's basically a
Oh,
thing.
that's so sweet. Bless. Ah. Well, yes, it's definitely different than the letter Karis was left.
Yeah, I had
Well,
hoped so.
congratulations. Oh, well, bless you.
I told you I'd be concerned if it was 4 terms past and we still wouldn't know the contents of that note.
That's true. I'm such a nosy person.
Okay. Time to sort
I
all
didn't
this
fucking
out.
fire a single shot. I told him that.
Okay, well,
Oh, God.
you know that, and it's fine. It's going to be fine. We'll deal with it now that we have it, and we'll get past it.
Wait, that's not your horse. Oh, that's
Nope.
Jeffrey's horse.
Is there anything else you
Jeffrey!
needed to talk about?
No, that was it. Thank you. I'm
Alright.
sorry that I kept you for so long.
Oh, it's no problem. Just let me know when if with the Maggie and that whole situation that we discussed.
You're gonna have to remind me of that.
The badge.
Come in here. Oh yeah.
Just
Okay,
let me know.
okay. I thought it was a different situation.
No.
Are you sure you're happy to do it and
Oh, I'm
somewhat enthused?
I'm not unenthused to do it. I'm more than happy to be a member of law enforcement.
Okay, wonderful. As soon as Blythe suggested you, I was like, I can definitely work with Stefano. That is somebody I know I can work with, that would challenge me in constructive ways rather than just treating me like a stupid woman kind of thing. So.
That's a thing. People are doing that.
Mhm.
What?
Doesn't help that I get angry and then cry. It's a very annoying reaction that happens. Where did everybody go?
I have no clue.
I'm alone again.
Perhaps to run off and find justices, I would hope. I could take a run to
Dagnabbit.
could take a run up to Bellamy and up to Glacier Falls to see if Raj or Emily is around.
Is Raj the justice?
I thought he was. Well, he's a mayor, but he's
Isn't
also...
he mayor? He can't be.
Who is the justice up there? I know he used to be, I think. Or he's a judge or something. I thought he was a licensed judge.
No. He is a licensed judge. Oh God. I'm gonna be on fucking trial. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm just glad that it went cleanly just now and not like everybody shooting again, because that was what I was
Well,
concerned
that's what
about.
you'll learn about me, is that I don't escalate situations. If it doesn't harm me to comply, then I will comply. And I'll sort the details out later. Nothing is more precious than keeping people safe.
Exactly that.
You are.
Oh, there he is. She.
Okay.
Oh, gender. Fuck.
So I'll head up to anywhere and see if I can find anybody. So
I can hug again now. Alright, thank you very much, Stefano. I'm not sure. Not early is not good for me. What is it tomorrow? Tomorrow's a thing that I'm doing for the in-brain wife that I have.
And as far as afternoons go, I am not able to wake up after noon, Gunsmoke time, until possibly Sunday at the earliest.
I should be an early
Well,
fucking trial.
does it have to be when you're available, or do you get another judge?
It'll be any judge can sign up for it, so it doesn't matter.
Can schedule Sunday at 6 p.m. Gunsmoke time if that's.
Sunday at 6.
Sunday, that's pretty far
6
out.
p.m. Sunday is quite far out. But then again, it is Wednesday tomorrow, so it's not too far out.
Yes.
Just takes a little more time. It just takes a little more time. Rush anything.
Sunday at, did you say 6 p.m. Gunsmoke time?
Yes.
If I need to come by and I can arrange a different time with you, I can do so. Is that correct? We can choose the trial date time if conflicts come up. Well, that has been done before, so I will do so.
So as of right now, it'll be scheduled for Sunday at 6 p.m. Gunsmoke time for endangerment of life felony.
And she has the
Could
right
you please
to
say a singular count?
come see you to change it if need be.
Yes.
Well, I will be, yes, if I need to. I don't see that I should. Don't you need to note down who the prosecution and defense is? I'll let you know, so you can edit as necessary once I know who's going to be defending me and such.
Defense will be just to be determined.
Somebody passed out back there.
It would be, I believe it falls to you to find your defense lawyer in the time that you're allotted to.
Oh
So
yeah,
it'd be
I'll find my
determined for
defense
that.
lawyer. Don't worry.
That's why TBD.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Sure
Give me
thing.
a few moments to just write this down.
He's probably gonna put a target on my back, being a deputy of
Moment.
Sundance.
I see someone I need to talk to. Stefano, I have a quick word.
Yeah, of course.
Your opinion on Sam's current condition? That he's not in such a great way.
He's not in a good way at all. He has internal swelling in his head. He's lost all motor skills in movement. It's difficult for him to kind of do anything at this point. It's going to be a very...
So not physically suitable for a trial or anything like that.
He's not physically suitable to get out of bed.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that, Stefano. We will wait for Sam to make a full recovery before anything further on him, because I wouldn't want to. Yeah.
I was waiting till it moved past.
I would have just moved. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to.
Oh, Jesus
shoot you with
Christ.
an arrow. Actually, would you keep that mutton for me, Jeffrey? I need the spoiled meat.
Okay. Take the mutton
Thank
and
you
bring
very
you
much.
back a bunch of spoiled meat.
Marvel. Actually, if you have any spoiled meat, do you want to chuck it at me one day? Because you do the dogs, don't you? So.
Yeah, we've got a lot of spoiled meat ready sitting around. That's why we need the mutton for the pups. Right back.
Yup. Alrighty.
Actually, I mean, I suppose now is as good a time as ever. I'm not sure if anybody came by, TJ, looking to talk to you about apparently weapons that were like confiscated. I know people are mentioning it, so.
Yeah. Said weapons are being held as evidence, and they'll be returned after the trials are taking place.
I figured as much. Figured that desk anyway.
I've already spoken to Mr. Elliot. Who else has come to you inquiring about this?
It was Carrie's TJ.
Karis, yeah.
Oh, Karis. Yeah, I've given Karis because we're not charging Karis, and I couldn't get in touch with where we had stored the evidence at the time. I have given Karis the guns in order to protect herself, just in the meantime, anyway.
Okay.
Knock knock.
So at least she's not defenseless and so far. So.
Right.
Is there anyone else, Mr. Teacher?
Not unless Sadie or Matthew are around, then there's no one else that we need
Matthew is still
arrest
missing.
just yet.
We don't even know if he's alive.
No word, or no one's found him at all.
Nothing. Absolutely
That's what
nothing.
Nope.
we just said. Yep.
I haven't been able to search because I've been bound.
You see Sadie before we do? But you let her know that obviously we're still looking for her. I don't even know if she even heard that she was being charged with anything, to be honest with you. From the reports
If she's
I'm
still in
getting,
county, I'm sure she's aware, but I don't know where she is, and I think that's deliberate. So can't make any promises,
Right.
I'm afraid.
Okay. I mean, that's still obstructing justice, but never mind.
I'm not
We'll
obstructing
be on our
anything.
way.
If I had anything to tell you, I
How do you get that obstruction? It's
would tell you.
obstructing justice, TJ.
Because you just basically said that you wouldn't help if even you could.
No, I said I can't make any promises to be able to tell her that because I don't know where
Oh,
she
right.
is.
Very
That's
well.
what I
in
said,
that
TJ.
case. Okay.
Yeah.
More
Jump with the
misunderstanding then. I mean, I'm not even going to answer that one.
Yeah.
Wait, what did somebody say?
I'll be all. If anybody
I
needs
don't know.
any more help from the Justice, I'll be in town freedom or looking for goats.
Yep. Have a good one.
Safe travels.
Ciao.
You too.
Pearl, inside. I was just out at Bellamy and I talked to Hunter. Apparently she was up there, and when I had just got there, she had just left to come back down here.
Fuck.
So I don't know where she is. That's why I hurried back. So
Oh god. This is such a. I'm so angry. I am so angry. How do you not kill people, Stefano? All I want to do is. I can't say that because that would be dreadful. Holy fucking shit. I want to drill a hole in his fucking Adam's apple and drip fucking acid into it. Right, come on, let's go. Oh, shit. No.
is that Cheyenne? Do I need to beat her? Fucking hell.
Heard me.
I
And
did
Dr.
talk to
Emma or
Mr.
Dr. Jim gave me medicines, one to take every hour.
Right,
I've been very good, I promise.
You better
Good.
be.
Yeah, I
No
asked
running
Joshua
the
how you
donkey,
were
just
doing.
walking.
Feisty.
I just
You're
want to let
doing
everybody
good.
know I was okay.
Good, good, good.
Yeah. No heavy lifting,
Okay.
no
alright,
running.
well, I think I'm going to head back to Bellamy then, quickly.
Take care, Dr. Stefano.
So you all take easy and
Alright.
be careful.
Safe travels.
If you see Emily and Ella, would you ask them to come and speak to me, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
Rare. That had to have been
No
a red. I
running.
just saw a blur.
Oh, I thought that was Cheyenne. Jesus.
Who?
No, it was a
1
blur.
second.
Who was it?
Right, if everybody could
think-
move down, like, further towards the Trezebo, please.
It's just Miss Rin.
Oh, okay. I'll be back probably. I don't know.